You're checking out the Opie and Anthony Show exclusively on Sirius XM Satellite Radio. And Russell Brand is here. Walked in just as we came back. What's up, Russell?
Yeah, I'm really good, thanks, Opie. Yeah, I'm good. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Well, it's a weird day for us. But
Why?
We lost part of our gig today, but we're good.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
You might want to pick up the newspapers.
Well, you lost part of your gig?
Just part. Remember the last time you were here, you saw us at the other joint?
Yeah.
We're not doing the other joint anymore.
Oh, that's a shame. I'm sorry to hear that.
But now now we don't have to worry about lawyers, and there's some positives that come out of it.
Yeah, there's a bright side to that, I would say.
I mean, you did some radio, obviously, and you understand how ridiculous the lawyers and the PC police, whatever the fuck you want to call them, could be, right?
I'm banned from radio now in the UK.
I know.
So, I feel
Good one. The whole country.
Oh, yeah,
That's
the whole nation.
That's a great banning.
The whole country, you're not going on the radio. Or the BBC, actually. It's only the BBC.
Yeah, right.
But, that's the biggest one that we've got. So,
what do they replace you with? Because that's always fun. Because we always get replaced by just dumb stuff.
Yeah, because they always have a big reaction, because they use a lot of controversial, so whenever they replace you, it'll be straight-laced, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what happens with me as well.
Yeah, they usually put some slappy and wappy show, we call them. It's just another couple of guys that
pretending to be friends.
And they're like a very watered down version of whatever you were doing, and
it's
pathetic.
Well, didn't they keep the guy you were partners with?
Oh no!
Is he gone too?
Yeah, but all my mates lost their jobs. They're all really, really pissed off.
I bet, huh?
And the guy you were doing the show with, I think he's like he did radio for a really long time, right?
Oh no, Jonathan Ross. Now he's like like I used to do the show with my mate Matt, right? And we're proper like friends. Jonathan Ross, he's a friend of mine, but like he was a famous man when I was a kid. He's like our country's version of Letterman, really. And so when we got in trouble, it was a big deal. Not so much because of me, because they expect controversy from me, but Jonathan Ross, he's a big star in the UK.
That's like
Letterman
doing something outrageous.
So like Letterman doing something mad,
crazy.
Yeah, no, and the whole country just went berserk because they don't expect that.
All right, now
Jonathan.
I got it.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I thought see, we don't know much about the BBC. I'm thinking it's just some shock jock or whatever. I mean, that's lame because I hate when people call us shock jock. But you know what I mean? Maybe someone that did some edgy programming.
Yeah,
when you put it in perspective, Matt.
He's got the main chat show in the country. He does the film review show. That's the main show. He's a great broadcaster.
That would be like Letterman taking a film crew out to the streets and having a couple have sex at the church or something.
Or throw edge at retards.
Right. People would be like, what is Letterman doing? He lost his fucking mind.
Yeah, there was a bit of a moment of that, but Jonathan Ross continues strong, blessedly.
We met you about a year ago, and man, you've had a hell of a year.
It's been hectic.
Because I really didn't know much about you when you came in the first time promoting Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah.
And, wow. I think we even said at the time you're just going to explode, and man, great. You ended up with the MTV gig, and
that was crazy.
Life is good for you.
It's going really well, Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Doing like a lot of stand up and doing like events like that. It's been exciting.
And that Forgetting Sarah Marshall was I love that movie.
It was a good film, wasn't it? Yeah,
I thought so.
I was really pleased.
I still got to see that one.
You should check it out. It's all right. So it's a good.
I thought it was really good.
Yeah,
and Jason's
I loved
coming in to promote his latest movie
He's
later
good
this week.
people, Jason Segel. Yeah, I love him.
Yeah, so.
Hey man, you got shit at MTV for what? You were just teasing the Jonas Brothers, and
yeah. Well,
did they give you shit backstage? It kind of sound like you kind of came out and amended that in a way.
No, it was a setup for another joke.
Explain that again. I forgot.
He was making fun. Well, you want to explain.
What happened was, right, is that I was making jokes about their virginity rings and stuff like that, saying it's a bit mad that they're pop stars and they can have sex with whoever they want and they don't have sex with anyone. It's like Superman deciding not to fly and just get a bus everywhere, right? Just making all, like little jokes about that.
Which is perfect.
Perfect, right?
That's what should be said.
For the award ceremony and everything. And like, but like then that lass off of Pop Idol, Jordan Sparks, she come on and goes, I don't think you should be joking about chastity rings and stuff like that. Yeah, so afterwards goes, I'd like to apologise, I don't want to piss off any teenage fans, quite the opposite. I don't mean I want to piss on teenage fans. God, no, there's been trouble with that last year, R. Kelly, oh no.
Oh, okay.
So it was just a setup for a joke, but then they cut the joke part out of it, so it just looked like a straight up apology, which it wasn't.
They still want to cut the R. Kelly line?
The fuck?
Yeah, they cut that out. But though I think he was found, he was acquitted from that. So
still a joke, though. You're allowed
still
to make fun of this
yeah.
You're a comedian, just... Oh,
yeah, I was just mucking about. What's going on? It's censorship gone mad.
Yeah, it really is.
Pretty much.
Yeah, the lawyers fuck everything up because they're going to get sued for you saying something inappropriate.
But this is the time to, like, you know, to push it a little bit because everyone is going to the internet and everywhere else for their entertainment.
That's where people are getting their entertainment now. So yeah, I think so. I think it's just like people are getting marginalised, like you saying, like, you know, you're losing some of your sort of outlets or whatever. I just think more and more people, this generation, didn't go. That's why the thing that happened with me, the BBC, it wasn't so important because all the newspapers, like the right-wing newspapers, it's disgusting, it's an outrage. But all the kids that listen to the show, are like, what's the big deal?
That was easy. Right. I see crazier stuff just on, you know, YouTube or Break or whatever.
It's meaningless. Yeah. It's just silly things to get antagonised about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh God.
They
really wear those rings.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Unbelievable, isn't it? But
how like old do you have to get before you realize how douchey you were when you were younger and doing stuff like wearing those rings? You know, because those rings will just be like clit rings after a while. Let me just squeak this on you, bitch. You like that, don't you? What is that? Yeah, this was my chastity ring.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's virginity. That's a pledge that's going to be hard to keep lifelong.
Oh, hell yeah.
But we can't relate because the girls are eating that shit up for some reason.
Are they? They're doing that now instead of fucking?
Yes, the Jonas Brothers.
Oh, so here's a blowjob joke.
The German girl.
I think what it is, they want safe young men so they don't feel like, you know, they're less frightening kind of characters. They don't want sort of terrifying men. They're like, well, I want to devour you.
Well, I remember, like, Hanson, when they came out, they were like that, too, saying, like, well, we don't believe in the premarital sex. And that one wound up getting married at, like, 18. He's like, yeah, I can't have premarital sex, but I'm going to get married in a second.
Yeah,
because he's got these fucking chicks throwing themselves at him.
He understood that he needed to get some pussy.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll do it your way, but I'll still get my pussy.
As it happens, like, they make these promises to their parents and stuff. It's like, but when they're 13, 14, whatever, and then the hormones start chugging.
Yeah,
and
you
going,
can't argue with nature.
You cannot hold that back. You're going to have awful, filthy thoughts. And if you don't exercise them, they turn out to be a screwed up or a priest or something.
Yeah, I hope those lads are all right, because, I think remember the Partridge Family went a bit insane. Now, I know they were fictional, but nonetheless.
I can't wait till one of the Jonas Brothers had to explain, like, no, we're still virgins, but we jerk off on girls and we eat their asses. He didn't say anything about that.
But technically,
yes.
Yeah. Oh, God.
You kind of think they got some kind of rules that they follow.
Your ring smells like caviar.
Yes. Yeah, anal sex is allowed, teabagging is allowed.
Yes.
Fucking rape fantasies, but just no insertion.
I don't have a Roman war helmet ring, okay, Dad?
Mouth fucking is okay, right?
Yeah.
Horrific mouth fucking is okay.
But it is, I think it makes it easier for the parents to be like, you know, oh, we're taking our kids to this concert, and it's good because, you know, they don't sing about any of that nasty stuff, and they have the rings, the promise rings.
I think, people are always scared of the next generation, so the idea that icons of the next generation are sort of anodyne and castrated, I think that's appealing to people, that people in power, people that decide what kind of entertainment young people should have, are attracted to the idea that these are not threatening. They're not saying smash all the windows down the streets and do
Disney's
acid.
got to love it.
Yeah,
Disney's got to love it.
How ridiculous is it when you look back now at how they were trying to sell Britney Spears when she was coming up as the virginal, pure, nice one? Christina Aguilera was the slut.
Yeah.
And Britney was the pure girl. And wow.
Yeah,
how that changed.
Peculiar. It's an interesting marketing device because if you say that someone's a virgin, you can't help but think about that person having sex. She's a virgin, she's a virgin. They're virgins. What, they're not having sex? Sex. So it's impossible not to think about it.
Yeah, you're constantly thinking about the sexual part of it.
Brings it to the attention, but in a new, sort of safe, palatable way.
Yeah.
Did you see the latest Britney video? She's talking about her pussies fell out of her dress.
No, I haven't heard about that.
And we were saying earlier this morning, like, there was a time where y'all wanted Britney so bad, and if she said, "Oh my God, my pussy's falling out of my dress," you would make cumsies in your pants, right? But now she says it, and you're almost like, ugh.
Oh, but Britney Spears, I think, you know, she like a lot of child entertainers. She gave her such a lot. I think we should extend clemency and love.
Yes.
Listen,
the joy she's given us through the years.
Over the years, she's served her time.
It's worth playing again. It's really quick.
Oh, is this the bit?
Yeah.
My pussy is coming out of my fucking
dress
skirt,
or whatever.
Yeah, that's got to be a big one.
And see the reaction he had? You had kind of the reaction we did. Like, Well, I'm supposed to be turned on by that, but
I just picture like melted Turkish taffy coming out from the bottom of her.
I don't know. It sounds like the pussy made a decision to come out.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like as if it's independent.
Yeah.
My pussy is coming out of the fucking apartment when I'm sleeping and buying blunts. Leaving slug trails all over the neighborhood.
All right. Hey, Russell's promoting a book. My Bookie Walk.
Yes. That's my autobiography. Yeah, that's why I'm here. Right, okay, focus.
Oh, we should get a couple plugs in.
Yeah, let's get them in.
My Bookie Walk,
That's my autobiography.
A memoir of sex, drugs, and stand-up. And first time we met you were telling some of these stories.
Of course, yeah,
And I'm sure you got a ton of stuff.
Yeah, that's it. It's an interesting book, that Bookie Walk. It does try. Yeah, before I, sort of got clean, I was obviously, as all people that are drug addicts, I was a chaotic individual. I was addicted to crack and heroin, lived on the fringes of criminality and madness. So, like, my book sort of charts that kind of period. It's all about, sort of getting in mild criminal danger and lots of hullabaloo and sex
Crack
and lunacy.
and heroin.
Yes, which is, in a way, they sort of cancel each other out. So it's like doing nothing.
Pull up, pull down.
Right. Should have picked one.
I know, yeah, in a way, pick
Would've been
a
a nicer
team
trip,
and
I'm
stick
thinking.
with it.
Stick with it, yeah.
Right.
You either want to be a drooling idiot in the corner or
Yeah. Sort of antsy, anxious.
tooth grinding, paranoid nut.
I oscillated between the two of those things, and it was very damaging to my career.
And your music choices must have been very different, depending on what drug you were
Right,
using.
yeah. Oh my God, I can't listen to Leonard Cohen now. Ah!
Right.
Put Public Enemy on. Oh no, it is. Always in strange moods. It was difficult to soundtrack that stuff.
And you picked two perfect artists, Public Enemy or Leonard Cohen.
Yeah.
You're hosted again this year, right?
There's been some. How come people keep asking me this question though? Because there's been. I think there's. I'd be very flattered to do it again, even though it was intense and very difficult. And the death threats are always. So I've got some death threats.
Did you really?
Yeah, but I sort of think if someone sends you a death threat, they've got it out of their system. Also, they've alerted you to the possibility of death, so you're on your guard and ready.
What were they threatening you for? What did you say they didn't like?
The George
Political
Bush
stuff?
thing, yeah.
Yeah, it
So,
has
like,
to be
just made a
political
quick,
stuff.
it's only sort of a little bit of a joke.
Yeah.
Yes, I said that. But, like, of course, but I imagine the death threats kind of come from people who listen to your show. Otherwise, all the mail would be coming here, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
It's amazing, right?
We don't get the threats. We just get the people that stand outside when we're walking by with that weird look on their face.
Really?
It's like, well, given the opportunity, I think that guy would kill me.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
They say hello.
Yeah. I was thinking of that it must be so odd for the president of the United States, because you're just kind of a guy, you're hanging out, doing what you do, and then you run for president, you're the president, and now, no matter how good you are, there are crazy people out there that want to kill you.
It's extraordinary.
Like, it comes with the job. Like, all of a sudden, you're just a guy, you're hanging out, your wife, your kids, you have fun, and then people want to kill you. And you need this whole contingency of guards and everything to protect you from having that happen.
Yeah, people should just say, well, he's going to die one day, I'll just wait.
Yeah, wait it
Just
out.
wait it out. People will eventually do die. It's proven.
Yeah, it is a odd little gig.
I started down the drug path. How long have you been sober now?
6 years now, mate. Yeah, one day at a time. It's much easier. I was in a lot of bother. It was a silly little business, really.
I'm fascinated. Jim Norton, and he talks about it, so I'm not saying anything crazy here. I'm fascinated by his story because he stopped everything at 17, Jimmy?
18.
18 years old. And we think that's amazing because I think everyone at 18 was like, rocking some kind of substance.
If you look at the way you were when you were 18 and you're drinking and drugging,
right,
everybody should stop and just not do it, because you're not responsible at that point. If you're getting into your 20s and you're still acting silly when you're drinking and doing drugs, then you have a problem and have to, like, stop doing them. But at 18, it's like everyone's a douchebag at 18.
And we always ask him, how did you fucking know at 18?
He must have known. I suppose if you know that it's destructive, you must have been feeling like sort of sick and it was getting out of control and you're going to get into trouble. I suppose if you know, right? Or something like that.
But that definition, that's most 18-year-olds.
Yeah, when you talk about, most people don't walk down
Most 18-year-olds don't call the FBI.
Yeah. There's the problem. They don't. I didn't call the FBI when I was 18. I left them alone.
They don't fucking cut themselves. Most 18-year-olds don't. It's all the shit you do that even your friends who are fucked up aren't doing.
That's it. When you notice your friends are not as bad as you, then you sort of think, oh, this is a problem.
Then they got a problem.
Right, they need to commit.
Right.
Are you going to commit to this
You
drug
guys
addiction?
are pussies is the
Come on.
problem.
Yeah.
You know, maybe, I don't know. Either you had a very bad drug problem or your friends were cowards. But because of the combination of both. But the FBI thing, you know, that suggests to me that I think you did the right thing.
My friends in the 700 Club never understood it. It was mostly booze, though. It was more than drugs, it was booze. I loved alcohol, yeah.
Yeah, it can mess
Loved
you
it.
up. It's just
It is,
Did you puke a lot, Jimmy?
Every night I was bleeding.
night you're
I was
puking?
fingers down the throat guy.
Really?
Just to get-
Every night I drank, I
Because you
puked.
didn't like the bed spins?
No, I would make myself throw
You
up.
ever wake
You
up?
imagine they were fingers?
Yes, exactly.
Your uncle?
It was so odd. These black hands would grab my head and it felt like fingers with a little mushroom on them. Thank God for that.
You ever wake up in the middle of the night power booting?
No, I never puked in my sleep
That is
because I
a
couldn't get to sleep if I was
wonderful
dizzy.
Power booting.
Vomiting.
Yeah.
Projectile,
Where it comes from within.
projectile vomiting.
Solid, like, impressive.
Vomiting from the diaphragm.
Fucking,
Right, a real commitment to
like,
Yeah,
these
yeah.
guys are like, you almost feel like you're going to hit the ceiling if you're laying on your back. And you wake up in the middle of the night like, what the fuck?
Your eyes are like Schwarzenegger's at the end of Total Recall
Yeah.
when they got thrown out onto the
Right.
planet's surface.
Yeah.
Blah! You ever have a dry heave where it feels like your pupils are just gonna fucking shoot blood?
Yes, I feel like at war with my body. I was thinking, look, I've got nothing left to give. Stop the vomiting. That'll do.
Yeah, you just every muscle is tightening up and there's just nothing left.
Yeah, that's no way to live.
Oh no.
Do you miss it, Russell?
Not when you sort of talk about the dry heaving and ringing the FBI and self-harm and all that madness.
What part of it do you miss, though?
The, like, being able to switch your head off, not always thinking the whole time, the chaos, the irresponsibility, the madness of it, being able to thinking, yeah, I'm living on the edge, man, I'm crazy, you know, and being not embarrassed about doing stuff, being able to go out and go mental. I miss those things, but when it became too high a price to pay, you know, sort of getting in trouble, bringing crazy people into work, getting arrested, getting thrown out of jobs and all that, I wouldn't have stopped if I didn't have to. I would have carried. That's why I think, you know, Jim stopping at 18. So
There was
I
a
don't think you'd
definite
stop unless you had
line
to.
then between things you would do and things you wouldn't do, but depending on if you were
Oh,
drinking.
yeah, totally.
See, I think that is the defining point in somebody needing to stop drinking, is if there are certain things. I think everybody does certain things that they wouldn't do when they're drinking than when they're not drinking. Whether it's, you know, just going up and approaching a girl to talk to her at a bar after a few drinks, if you're a shy guy like that, or calling the fucking FBI and walking down the street with a butcher knife or something like that. But I think there's a happy medium somewhere in there where you're able to have some fun, you're not fucking shit up, you're conscious of what you're doing. You just got to deal with the hangover in the morning.
Right, yeah, I think when it's like
I'm
that,
rationalizing my own
Is that what's happening?
boozing, by the way. That's what I just did.
Well, I knew. I mean, so my first drunk, the first time I got drunk with my friends, we were in a tent and I was drinking rum. And I went to a supermarket and I pulled out a box cutter and I wanted to walk in and cut somebody with it because I didn't like how he shook my hand.
All right, and?
But what I'm saying is, if you learn how to shake hands, there wouldn't be an alcohol problem in this country.
You could have still been drinking.
Yes!
Firm, but not too aggressive. No clamminess with the handshake. A commitment to a handshake. No, there should be no sexual element to a handshake. No individual fingers on the palms.
No elbow grab with the loose hand.
That's too much.
Yeah.
That's like, why would you grab that elbow? What are you trying to prove?
That
Just
could
a
be
simple,
very
firm
affectionate,
hand.
though.
Yeah.
I don't mind the hand cup. That when someone cups the hand, that could be a very affectionate
Cup the balls is
gesture.
even more affectionate,
I prefer
by
that
the way.
a lot. You fucking pinch my taint and say, good job. I'm yours for life.
Now, the box cutter incident.
Yeah.
What stopped you?
I think that I don't remember. I was in kind of a partial blackout, but I remember people just. I couldn't think. You can't do it. I don't remember why we walked away. The next thing I know, I was fucking vomiting bread balls in a tent.
Ugh. Who's bread? My buddy Bread.
The whole band. The whole fucking band was there.
Oh, shit, that's it. God damn it.
That's why they split up, I imagine.
Bread ball.
You came between them.
They all wanted my mouth. One got stuck in the ass. That was the drunk, I think. So I'm leaving.
Russell, what was the episode for you?
I got arrested at the Edinburgh Festival where I was doing stand-up comedy, and I got for the security there. I was on stage doing stand-up. I got into a confrontation with a member of the audience. The security of the gig sided with the member of the audience and threw me through a glass door, gashed up all my leg, lost loads and loads of blood, had to go to the hospital, tried to get some kids in the foyer of the hospital to go and score me some heroin. They never came back. Unreliable children. I resent them to this day. Then I had to stitch up my leg. I got sacked from that job. job. Then the time like when I got like sacked from MTV because of the foolish, stupid dressing up as Osama bin Laden after 9/11, which was madness, and I apologised for that again. But I was on crack and heroin. That was, I got sacked that day. Bringing homeless people into the studio when I was at XFM, smoking crack with them and reading out pornography on a Sunday afternoon. Got sacked from that job. That was a big incident for me. All of it, just getting my friends sacked from jobs. That's when they just got, oh, this is out of control now. This has got to stop. And that's why I started to hang out with a lot of like rough sleepers and homeless people, bring them into the world that I lived in of like sort of TV and stuff.
That's kind of cool though. We sort of do that, except with the drugs and the alcohol. Without the heroin. We got our homeless friends and stuff we bring by.
Some of it was all right, but
it
like,
shows your talent because you kept getting jobs after that.
That's true. That's true. I did keep fighting back. Tenacious.
So the security guard doesn't side with you when if you're not on that stage, all hell's gonna. You must have really fucked it up.
Yeah, it was bad. I said some very negative things. I made some. It was my fault in a way. I said like stuff about. What I said was that we're all responsible for one another. So if one individual commits a crime and like and there were high-profile crimes going on at that time, it goes, we can't just blame that individual. We're all responsible. People didn't like that.
Oh, they don't want to hear that.
No, and I wasn't very skillful. I wasn't very skillful, so I said it in a bit of a crazy way. There was an argument for it, but I didn't make it very well because of the crack and heroin.
What was let me ask you, my last night out, when I finally said I gotta stop, was not particularly eventful. Like, they say, remember, there's one bit of advice you hear when you clean up and get sober. They say, always remember your last one. Keep your memory green. But my last one was not a particular. Was your last night out a fucking... Was it a blaze of glory, or was it just one more in a row of many shitty nights?
Well, just know that I was waiting for the train to take me into the rehabilitation, and I was just like smoking lots of rocks and like chasing lots of smack. So like, I was doing as much as I could before I got on the train to go rehab. So it wasn't like no weird crazy events happened, but I was just doing as much as I could, like it was like a pie eating contest or something.
Get it all in before it fucking...
just as much as I could before I went away.
Yeah, I gotta ask you, when you're in that state, do you ever think like that you could die from this, or is that like not even a thought anymore?
I think most people are doing drugs at an addictive level because they're sad inside, so you don't really care. You don't have that kind of self-preservation, else you wouldn't do it. So you I just was doing it to numb the pain. So I didn't really think, I might die, and if I, it wouldn't have been a...
Do you wake up some mornings and go, holy shit, I can't believe I did all that stuff, and it freaks you out, like I could have so killed myself?
No, you don't have that frame of reference.
No, I mean now.
You stop. Oh, now, yeah.
You wake up and go, oh, what the fuck?
What was I doing? Yeah, sort of hanging out of windows and madness and
but you literally wake up in a cold sweat, like, holy shit, I took some chances in my own life.
I did take some very, very foolish and naive chances.
We got a lot of your fans calling in here. Let's say hi to Tom in Miami. Tom, what's up? We got Russell Brand in studio. He's got a lot going on.
Oh, dude, after seeing that MTV stand-up act he gave, I became a huge Russell Brand fan. I mean, dude is so funny and so edgy. Like, half the stuff he said, I was like, oh, no, he didn't.
Yeah.
O&A, this guy's crazy, man. What are you going to do with this guy?
Well, he's done our show a couple times. We like when Russell comes in.
We like Russell, but just don't ever say, no, he didn't.
He didn't, and he's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. This guy's...
Hello? We might have lost him there.
By the way, Russell is also, if you like his, he's signing copies of My Bookie Book. It's this Wednesday, which is tomorrow night, 7 o'clock here in New York. It's Barnes & Noble in Union Square, which is right around like 15th Street. It's a great store for signing because there's just a lot of room to stand there, so you're not going to get wet even if it rains.
And
how do you know, Jim?
Because I've shopped there. I didn't sign there. I did Penn Station.
And the Hammerstein Ballroom Thursday.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing stand-up on Thursday, Hammerstein Ballroom.
I want to be there bad.
Come.
I've never seen your stand-up.
Yeah,
I've seen the MTV thing, man. You had to work around some
That was
things.
hard work.
I want to see you just raw doing your thing.
Come, Opie, because that's when I'm in my element, is when there's not other stuff to deal with. Yeah, I'm much happier. Yeah, it'll be a good gig. I'm talking about all the sort of stuff that's in the bookie work and also some of the madness that happened around the MTV VMA Awards. I talk about all of that kind of stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, that's good. I want you lot to come if you can.
Is My Bookie Walk, the word Bookie Walk is obviously sounds very British. Is that a British thing or is that Clockwork Orange-ish?
It's Clockwork Orange here. That is exactly why I did it. And also I did because a lot of the things in the book are dead harrowing and dark and weird. And I made and funny, but also like. But I thought I don't want this book to be all depressing, so I called it that, something childish, so that when you're reading something, going, oh my god, he went there, oh my, this happened, oh.
But it's in a bookie book, so it's okay.
He's all right. He's just written a bookie book. He's a lovely fella. Give him a cuddle.
Yeah, eggy wags.
That's right. Yeah, like Alex from Clover. Yeah,
Meet Droogies.
Yeah, real horror show. It was all take. Yeah, that's what the mentality of it, because the menace, the sexy menace of the Droogs.
Can you get that film, by the way, in England? You can't get that now. It's banned for a long
They've
time.
only just stopped banning it about 5 years ago.
No shit.
Yeah, because English people went all like they said, like Kubrick. It wasn't the authorities that banned it. Stanley Kubrick himself said, "I don't want that film being shown there. Them lot take it too seriously, and dressing up like it and going and doing things from the film."
Oh, really?
We got into it a bit too much in England. Yeah, it wasn't
Kinda
banned
like
by
that.
our government. Kubrick said he don't want it shown in this country. It's too much trouble. But he did say that because there was pressure. People going, "Oh, this film Clockwork Orange, kids are going out and doing it."
That was Stanley. He's from the Bronx too. It wasn't like he was a fucking British
Yeah,
guy.
really.
He made all his movies in England though. He got I don't know why he didn't like working here. He was a fucking odd guy.
Yeah, he was a peculiar genius.
Yeah, he really was. I really went out on a limb saying Kubrick is odd. Predictable.
I don't know what channel that is, but I just got to ring the bell.
What do we do for that? Because there's a little monkey.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, it's adorable.
He's a lovely little guy. There's a lovely monkey.
Look at it. It'll grow up and eat some woman's face.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. He'll be bitter as he grows.
Hey, did you have trouble with one of the Osbournes? I'm thinking of you. There was like you and Kelly get into it, or you and
Oh
somebody?
no, that was not. No, that was not to do with me. Like, she's a nice girl. Oh, Kelly, all the Osbournes. God bless a lot of them, but particularly Ozzy. No, I've never had any controversy
Who
with them.
was it that had it at an award show?
Bob Geldof called him a cunt, I think.
Bob Geldof did
Who's
call
Bob
me a
Geldof?
cunt. He's
Oh,
the
from
fella out
Boomtown
of
Rat.
Boomtown Rats, sang the song Don't Like Mondays. Here's my comeback. He goes, Russell Brand, what a cunt. I goes, Bob Geldof, no wonder he's such an expert on famine. He dined out and I don't like Mondays for 30 years. Right? Because he's done all that Live Aid stuff. Yeah, so like,
That's
he's
right.
alright.
He's the Live Aid dude as well.
That's him. Yeah.
Why do you call you a cunt?
I
jealousy
suppose
or
he
what?
didn't like me. You know, fair. You know, people are entitled to their opinion. But I'd only just got famous about 1 week earlier, so it was really upsetting. Like, oh, I actually want to calm down. I thought you were kind. You're always giving out food to people. How about giving out some compliments and a bit less of the C word? Come on, Bob, sit down, do a record.
So.
Go ahead.
No, I said it wasn't at the actual award
No, it
show.
was, yeah, on
Oh,
stage.
was?
I
All
goes,
right.
please welcome Bob Geldof, and he come out with that. I thought, well, this is unnecessary.
Wow, that is fucking.
But he since said the comeback, he enjoyed the comeback so much that he forgave me on the spot. That was, you know, that's his stance on it retrospectively, yeah.
Are you remaking Arthur?
Yes.
I know that's been a rumor on the internet.
I'm
for a while.
doing that, yeah, we're doing it at the moment.
Really?
All right, listen.
We'll
to me.
be respectful to it.
Yeah,
we won't. We will not ruin your memories of Arthur.
Don't fuck it up.
We won't. We'll be really good.
Please
Let's-
don't fuck it up.
Peter Bainham, who wrote Borat with Sacha Baron Cohen, he's writing it. So, like, he's a serious people
We gotta
involved. We'll be respectful. I love Dudley Moore. I'm from the same place as Dudley Moore, Essex, in England.
We got to be honest with you. What Steve Martin did to the Pink Panther,
He made it better. He's good.
dude.
The Steve Martin is a very great comedian, of
He's
course.
a shit heap.
I certainly like his old
Fucking
stuff,
shit,
but what
yeah.
he did with this Pink Panther, I can't even look at the fucking guy anymore. Don't do that to
We will
yourself.
not disrespect Arthur. I promise you. I love that film. I love Dudley Moore. It will
You guys are
be.
going to keep it edgy, right?
Yeah, it'll be
Please.
really edgy. It'll be dangerous. It'll be banned.
Remember Arthur?
It'll only be available on your radio show.
Remember Arthur too? What, he's sobered
Yeah,
up
on
or
the
something?
rocks.
It's like, what the fuck you doing?
He bought a
Yeah.
big fucking big shoebox and wore it actually on his foot. Boy, they kept that out of fucking running through the fucking beach to get Bo Derek, just dragging that giant fucking square block behind him that he called a foot. Who's playing the Gielgud part? Because Gielgud won the Oscar for fucking playing the part of Hobson.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we're looking at different people. There might be an unusual twist on it, but there's no.
He
no one
really won
confirmed
the
it.
Oscar for that
He
role?
did, yeah.
Yes, for
Best
comedy.
supporting
Oh,
actor.
I forgot about that.
Sir John Gielgud.
Oh yeah, he's like a
Thank you
legendary
very much
fucking
for
serious
acknowledging that.
actor.
How about Queen Latifah as the Liza Minnelli part?
Oh, that sassy woman.
I'd be into that.
Oh,
Yeah, who's going to be the love interest, you think?
Well, I don't know. I was thinking, let's keep
Who are the
Liza
rumors?
Minnelli. Keep Liza Minnelli. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right, Liza, get her involved.
I did like Gielgud when he was wearing that cowboy hat. He goes, "If I begin to die, please remove this hat."
Put it on, Hobson. I don't wish to put it on.
I don't wish to put it on. That was really a great scene. The whole thing with him in the hospital is very
It's just
charming.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
Very
film.
charming.
Is there enough drugs to do Liza Minnelli, you think?
I don't
Oof.
know. I don't know. I mean, I mean, she's still a great woman. I mean, it's like a piece
Alright,
of
we get
lovely
it.
history.
We get it. You want to stay in
Lovely
Hollywood.
I'd rather fuck David Guest.
So would I. Very dashing.
So would he.
We all know she's
Apparently.
a lovely woman, but come on.
Yeah, you
would
gotta
not go there.
Just find some
Even
actress
on
with
heroin and crack at the
retard
same
bangs.
time.
Those tard bangs.
Yeah.
Has there been any downside to it? Because you came to America, you really, you went through the roof. People just loved you, and you're fucking tremendously successful. You land a huge gig like that. There's been any downside here?
No, not yet. I mean, I'm really enjoying it. I mean, those death threats, but as you know, I didn't take them too seriously. They were all right. They just became material for my stand-up. No, it's been great. I love it in this country. Everyone's been cool.
You still sell a lot of tickets in England, like losing the radio.
Yeah, it just made it, because I'm a controversial person anyway, it just made it better. Like, I'm doing, like, gigs with, like, I'm doing, like, sort of arena gigs, like, you know, sort of 20,000 people for stand-up, and I'm sort of making films and stuff, and stand-up's what I do anyway. And I miss radio, because I love it, but, you know, BBC's publicly funded, so if you do something controversial on that, they have to react to it.
They have to get ready.
Yeah, believe me, we know what
it's a
that's all about. As far as
it's
publicly funded and public airwaves, and then the private subscriber-based thing like satellite radio, which
That's
is
what you need. Is that the answer?
a lot fucking easier. Yeah,
Right.
because if we were on regular radio,
I got
I
a
would have
big
to dump out of that.
I got a big note. He has to go.
Okay. I have to go.
Probably
Jimmy.
Russell's a very, very
I thought it
busy
was
man,
you.
so.
I'm taking Jim with
Yes.
me. We're going to start a new life together and possibly a new radio show.
That's right.
Sweet.
The Success Story and Jim.
Oh, well, thank you very much for having me on your radio show. I
Russell,
appreciate
No
it, gentlemen.
problem.
We love Russell Brand. He's,
very good,
but he's
man.
on a rocket ship. Another one of these guys we'll never see again.
I'll be in. I like it, yeah.
The 2 or 3 times you've been on a show have been terrific. And,
Thank you.
I mean, now you're going to be a huge movie star. You're going to be in every other movie.
Hammerstein Ballroom Thursday night,
Yes.
8 o'clock.
For the stand-up.
Thank you, yes.
And then the
book.
book signing.
My bookie book is going to be signed this Wednesday, which is tomorrow night. It's 7 o'clock in Union Square, Barnes & Noble. You can't miss it. There's a fucking train. Get off the train and just look around, and there's the big Barnes & Noble, and it's russellbrand.tv.
The train goes into the bookstore?
It's very
dangerous.
odd, yes.
It's very dangerous.
Yes, you pull out your dick and it kicks you off in the children's section. It's the greatest subway stop in New York.
Now that you're big in America, though, you got to get rid of that .tv thing.
Get rid of .tv.
You got to get
It's because
russellbrand.com.
.com's
got your
already up there. They've got other stuff on there. We can't get it off them.
Who the fuck got it?
Right, we don't know.
By
It's a
a
great
cyber
mystery.
squad.
Wow, some guys.
How do we get it off them?
I don't know. JimNorton.com is taken too.
Jim, we've already, because that was our next move.
It would sell. Believe me, JimNorton.com will sell for a lot less.
Isn't
Do
it like
look
a
at
car
JimNorton.com.
dealer or something?
No, it was some guy in Oklahoma or in Virginia, but now it's just
You
a
should be able to
fucking
figure that out,
search
though.
engine.
I'd
should
like
be able
to
to
take
get
this
that back.
opportunity to endorse Jim Norton's cars in Oklahoma.
the
Fine
car
vehicle at a
dealership.
price that's right.
And you said my bookie walk, a memoir of sex, drugs, and stand-up. I mean, it's got to be great because the stories this guy tells are just we can listen all day to that.
Oh, well, thanks, gents.
Now we
I
gotta
appreciate
read 'em.
that. Yeah, no, that's a good way,
Do it
though.
on tape. Books on tape.
I'm going to do a book on tape. I
Yeah,
will.
sure.
Yeah, I will. I'll do that.
That'll
That'll
make
be
it
a
easy
laugh.
for everybody, you know.
Yeah, no, I'll get into it.
All right, we're going to
thanks,
take a
Russell.
break.
Thanks, chaps. Thanks for
Russell
having
Brand,
us.
Thanks, man.
everybody.
Cheers. I appreciate that.
I like being
Thank
a
you very
chap.
much.
Oh, good seeing you.
Yeah, I
man.
like chat.
Nice one. Cheers.